Today, we're diving deep into the Maker DAO ecosystem. Right off the bat, for anyone who doesn't know, in the cryptocurrency space or the blockchain space, when you see DAO or DAO, that's a decentralized autonomous organization. So while this project does have developers, which we'll take a look at here in a little bit, to basically help with the decentralized manner of this ecosystem, they are also a decentralized autonomous organization. So that's a very, very key, kind of one of the main things in this cryptocurrency blockchain space is removing centralization. So let's really explain what exactly MakerDAO is. A very, very big portion of this is understanding MKR, the native Maker token, and the DAI token, which is basically the native stablecoin to this Maker ecosystem. And this system's been around for a while. Right now the price is pretty high, but it's about similar to where it was in 2018. So basically the way that they explain it is a better, smarter currency. I'll have everything we covered linked in the description down below, and we'll also be taking a look at the actual Maker price charts on CoinMarket at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so DAI can be used by anyone, anywhere, anytime. If you click this, you'll be able to see like how you can actually hop into the DAI ecosystem. And essentially, when you contrast this with something like USDT or like Gemini dollar or USDC, it's an interesting stable coin because basically the way that they explain it is it's the first unbiased currency. So you can basically entry the DAI stablecoin with debt from another currency. So it's backed one-to-one basically with like a dollar. So DAI is stable, decentralized currency that does not discriminate. Any individual or business can realize the advantage of digital money. And again, it's not like how Tether works, where it's actually $1. It's the debt. So that's kind of the interesting thing here. So financial freedom with no volatility. A price stable currency that you control. Generate DAI on your terms instantly. If you're more interested in more of the advanced things, you can read the white paper. I'll have this linked in the description. It's a bit more technical, but it's good to read and always good to do. I talk about that in the Do Your Own Research video linked in the description. So earn DAI. Lock your DAI with other 6.94 million earning the DAI savings rate set by the Maker community. So that's a big thing with the Maker token, which we'll get to here in a second, is it's basically a governance token. So you take a part in the decentralized ecosystem when you own the MKR token. Okay, so decentralized governance, a community of MKR token holders govern the Maker protocol, the smart contracts that power DAI. So a growing ecosystem. Over 400 apps and services have integrated DAI, including wallets, DeFi platforms, games, and more. So this is pretty interesting. We'll maybe take a look at some of the apps, and then just down here you can see kind of like their community, which is always important in my opinion to really actually dive into those community tabs so you can understand, like if they're active, how these projects work, and kind of get a little bit more of the inside information. Okay, so these are just some of the apps. So you have Oasis, trade tokens, borrow DAI, and earn savings all in one place. Then you have governance. So this is what you can actually do with the Maker, the Maker token. And then you have migrate, so move your DAI and CDPs to new versions. SCD portal, manage depositing of collateral with and generation of Psi. So it's like DAI into Psi. And then, yeah, so down here, these are kind of like just different apps made by the community. Coinbase is interesting as one. You can actually have DAI and use it on Coinbase. You have Argent, CoinSource, MyEther Wallet, InstaDApp, manage, optimize, and deploy your assets and get the best return across protocols, Wire. So yeah, I mean, this token is pretty key as far as like privacy, in my opinion, like the DAI token, because if you're using the one second, sorry. Okay, so yeah, in this developer tab, basically if you're using like a USDC or USDT, it can be tracked, and you're kind of going back into the fiat system with that. So in my opinion, one of the best things you can do is actually just use DAI and kind of basically get this kind of advantage of using a decentralized autonomous organization and go from there basically. So if you go to the foundation over here, you can just see about so the Maker Foundation is tasked with bootstrapping MakerDAO to fuel growth and drive organization towards complete decentralization. While the foundation provided development support through the launch of the multi-collateral DAI MCD is currently spearheading efforts to decentralize the development. So this is the kind of that foundation team. If you click on those other two links I was looking at above, basically it'll take you to another tab to a MakerDAO documentation, and then also their GitHub. So that's important to look at, but this is kind of interesting. There's not a lot known about their actual founder, but we'll cover that here in a second. So basically, as they say, the Maker Foundation is a part of the Maker community. MakerDAO consists of whole Maker community plus the Maker protocol, i.e. smart contracts, DAI, oracles, and governance. All right, so you can see the teams. The CEO is this Rune Christensen guy. I recommend, maybe looking up an interview with him. There's not a lot known about him. He's kind of more of a introvert, in my opinion, as honestly most founders are. And in the cryptocurrency space, you see Vitalik, you see CZ Binance, and then Stephen Becker, president and COO, head of development and experience, Adrian. So you can kind of look through here and do more research into each of these guys' LinkedIn's. I think this is pretty interesting. They have such a vast team. This is always interesting to look at. Just so you kind of understand a bit more on the personal side of things, even though this is a DAO, it's a decentralized autonomous organization, it's still important to understand there is a team behind this, there's faces behind this, because a lot of projects in this space, just they don't show their faces really behind what's going on. So this is something that's interesting. You can see here, I'll pull this up. So with any of these tabs, obviously, if you open them, it opens, for example, the vote button, it opens it in another tab. So with this screen recording, it's just popping it up over there. But right here is basically what you'll see if you click on that vote button. And this is the Maker governance. So if you're holding the MakerDAO token, so MKR, you can go up here and connect. And then from here, you can do polls, executive votes. And then you scroll down, you see some more things. So you see the system stats, so DAI savings rates. You see total DAI, 1,670,000. DAI debt ceiling is 2,565,000,000, system surplus. So this is pretty interesting. And then when you scroll down, you can kind of see more of how this all works, polling votes. But yeah, so now that we've kind of covered that, let me know in the comments if you want to hear more. We can definitely go into more technical details, but with these kind of explainer style videos, I basically try and show you what it means from a 10-foot or a 10,000-foot view, a bird's eye view of the project, and not try and get into too much of industry speak, and just break it down in an easy to understand manner. And then we always move into the tokens. So this is rank 31. I do own some Maker, just for a caveat. It's on 58,772 watch list. I always like to look at that because it's kind of is a little bit of sentimental analysis. So it's sitting right at time of recording this at $1,561. It's up a bit. If you go to the 1-year low, 1-year high, this gives you a little bit better of a sight. So you could have got in at $177, and that would have turned into about $2,000. So the market cap is $1,551,000,000. Fully diluted is about $1,556,000,000. Okay, so just a little bit more than this. And then daily volume is always good to see. I only trade something if it's at least above 10 million. This is 173 million. I don't personally trade this token. I hold. So the Maker supply is, wow, so it's 99%. That's interesting. So the max supply that there will ever be at Maker is 1 million. Yeah, just about 1 million. There's not quite 1 million circulating. Just under that, 995,000. So that's interesting to see. A lot of projects. That's why the price can be deceiving, obviously, because you can show a fraction of this. But a lot of people are like, oh, this coin's like Dogecoin's a couple cents. Let me buy this. Versus Maker's $1,000. They're like, oh no, it's way too expensive. I mean, remove that mentality completely from cryptocurrency investing and investing in general, because the price is just a derivative of the total supply. So if something has $1 trillion in total supply, it can be less than a percentage of a cent. But if something has a supply of 1 million, like Maker, it can have a price like this. So again, remember that you can always own a fraction of a Maker. So let's go down here. The chart I always like on CoinMarketCap, but the all-time high and all-time low is always good to look at as well. So yeah, all-time low is $21. All-time high is 1,976. Yeah, so this is basically that Maker token. It's a pretty interesting chart right here. We can actually go in the let's go just in the past month, so you can see this a little bit better, because since it has been around for a while. Yeah, so it's kind of just slowly increased. I think this is a good project fundamentally. Let me know in the comments what you think about Maker, if you use the DAI stablecoin, and just overall what you thought of this video. So if you enjoyed it, definitely like, subscribe button all, As always, invest global, and until next time.